What's up, businesses? Today, I want to talk about how to go from seeing content to actually getting paid from your content. Because I will bet that none of you is here creating content on Instagram if you're a business owner just because you want people to see you. And I think that is the number one misconception, is that you think that being seen actually is how people are going to pay you. And the truth is that paid content looks very different than just content that people see. So if you want to go from people scrolling through your content to actually being obsessed with you and buying from you, this is what I'm going to be breaking down in the next literally 10 minutes. So number one is, I can guarantee you that right now your content is not getting any conversions, it's not getting any traction, and it's not getting any momentum. Now, I want you to understand this one thing, which is engagement does not mean getting paid. Engagement does not mean getting paid. And why that is such a really, really good distinction is because a lot of you are creating content to create engagement because you think if people comment, then people are gonna buy. And that is not the truth at all. You can go through a lot of my posts, through like my whole social media, and the posts that actually have created sales and conversations in my DMs are usually not the people that are actually commenting on them, okay? So it's very, very different, and I'm gonna break it down for you. So number one is you are creating safe zone content. So let's talk about that. So safe zone content is when you are giving information, when you are being, and I'm quoting somebody else here, but you're doing like good girl content, right? Like you don't want to ruffle some feathers. You are staying peripheric to your own story, and it's very vague, right? So people may like your content, they see it, but they don't feel anything. And in order for people to actually buy from you, they need to feel something. They need to either feel called for, called out. They need to feel like you understand them. They need to self-identify in your content in a way that they trust you. Not just like, you don't want to be friend zone. And that is the problem with safe zone content. It makes you look good, but people are not buying from you because they don't see you as the person that can help them solve whatever problem they are having. And the issue with this safe zone content is that when you first start, most likely you're gonna be creating safe zone content because you have to discover yourself. You have to discover what you stand for. You have to discover what your opinions are. You have to discover what place you wanna take in your own market. And that's okay if you are at the very, very, very beginning of your journey. But even 3 months, 6 months, like a year in, if you stay in that safe zone content, you are not putting the full power of your brand out there, because you do not build a brand by creating safe zone content. So here are a few things that I want you to look at your content and what you're doing, and you can actually self-identify if you are creating safe zone content. Now, before I go into the details, I am hosting a masterclass next Wednesday, December 17th at 11 a.m. in the morning. Come and chosen, because I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to move from safe zone content, from good girl and being completely invisible. Like literally people are scrolling through what you're posting, but also when you're going networking, when you're going in person, people don't see you as somebody they would hire. And this has very little to do with your skills, with how good you are at what you do. So if you are wanting to walk into 2026 being fucking visible, being fucking unignorable, you want to be seen, but you also want to get paid. You want your visibility to 10x. This is the work. So let's jump right into it. This is what safe zone content looks like, and the one that is keeping you freaking invisible, okay? Regurgitating things from your industry. Regurgitating things from your industry. So for example, if you're a therapist, you regurgitating knowledge, that content, my friend, is keeping you invisible. If you are a coach and you are stating the obvious, that content is keeping you invisible. If you are posting Canva graphics alone, that is keeping you invisible. Okay? We are in the personal brand era, and people are buying your opinion, your unique take on what you do. So if you want to have a brand and a business that people are fucking obsessed with, they're buying every single little thing that you put out there. They are following, they're supporting you. They are truly invested in your brand. Regurgitating knowledge is not what's going to take you there. Okay? The second one is info. Just info is not going. Info about your services, info about how to work with you. Info, there is a time and a place to post those, but the truth is that doesn't create any feeling. So people are seeing it, that's okay, if filling space on their feed, but they are not coming to your account because they want to hear from you. They want to be activated by you, okay? And safe zone content, no money. And yes, I'm looking at my notes. So safe zone content, no fucking money. Okay, this is where most people that are making maybe like $1,000 to $3,000 a month, most likely you are living in safe zone content. Now, this is not just your content. This is also how are you introducing yourself at a networking event. So I'm gonna take those two today because the problem behind safe zone content, safe zone showing up, is your identity and not your strategy. You can have, so your strategy, right? Your plan, that one that you are looking right now at attending all these planning workshops for 2026, ain't gonna do shit for your business if the safe content that is actually putting it out there, the safe post that is not talking to anybody, right? You go networking and you're still hiding. You're not talking. You are not coming from your power. So this identity of you stepping into the chosen woman identity, it starts with you. I told this story in my last two lives. I'm not going to go into it. You can go and listen it there. But the problem with that is that we don't realize when it's happening. So you looking at yourself in the mirror, taking radical responsibility and saying, I am truly being visible here, and I am being visible in my power, from my conviction, from my point of view, and really asking yourself the questions, which I'm going to walk you through at the Chosen Masterclass, because this is a longer dive. That is you really looking, having a hard look in the mirror and being, I am truly being fully myself. And the thing is that none of us thinks that we are not being ourselves, right? So it's either you are being you or you are not. And what it's keeping you from actually being you, from being your Be You brand, is all the conditioning. And it's kind of like the silent killer, because I know you're not creating a post and thinking, oh, I am not being myself here. No, that's not what is happening. What is happening, it's that you don't even know it. But this is like one shift that I guarantee you that if you actually do this today, whatever it is that you're going to be posting today or tomorrow, take some time to do this. I want you to write the post, okay? And I want you to not self-judge. That's number one. Because what I hear from a lot of my clients, I hear this from a lot of people. Oh my God, posting or creating a post takes me forever. And the thing is that that's okay. Because number one, quality over quantity, okay? If you are speaking straight to your golden dream client, the person that you actually want to work with, it's okay if it takes you a little bit longer. It takes time to learn to be you. It takes time to let go of all the shit that we think that we need to talk about, how we need to talk about it, like all these things that I'm giving you, right? The stop regurgitating, stop doing informational content. It takes time for you to explore what your real voice is. And I want you to know this is not a newbie problem. This is not if you're in the 1 to 3 years in business, this is for you. This is not it. This is like for the woman that is still feeling invisible. This is for the woman that is like, I have more to say, but I haven't been able to really put it out there. And I know because I went through it. I know because I have gotten so much feedback. I ask feedback all the time, not just from mentors, but from people in my life that are like, in person, you are this way, but online, you're watered down. It's not like I was trying to be watered down. So if you're still thinking what people are going to think, if you are still thinking what your peers are going to think, if you are scared of making mistakes, there is no fucking mistakes. So this one shift, I want you to write whatever post is for tomorrow, okay? Or today, late afternoon. And I want you to do this without self-judging. And after you're done writing it, I want you to filter, do I really believe this? Is this truly what I want to be talking about? Or I'm talking about this because I think this is what people want to hear. There is an intersection between you understanding what your ideal client wants, but then you bring in that topic in a different light with your own opinions. For me, since the very beginning of my brand has been Be You brand. Be you. And the whole crux of that is the auto-discovery part and really understanding where are you self-censoring. What are the topics that you really want to talk about? You're called to talk about that, but you're still hiding. You're still hiding in plain sight. What this looks like is you're posting, but you're checking the box. You are going to the networking events, but you don't take up space. You don't tell people exactly why they need to work with you and why you are the only fucking option. I can tell you wholeheartedly why I know that when people work with me, they are going to get better results than with somebody else. I believe that in my freaking heart. Do you believe wholeheartedly that when people work with you, they're going to get the best results of working with anybody else? And that is the energy of the woman that is chosen. That is the energy behind the content. That is the energy behind how they show up to the networking events, how they actually pitch themselves for opportunities. They do not wait. That is how you get visible in 2026. Is how do you take everything we're doing and we 10x the energy behind it. We 10x the way you express. So you take that post that you're going to create today, you read it, you don't self-judge, and you filter and you're like, is this really how I talk in real life? Is this really how I would say it? Is this how I would say this to a client on a call? Stop putting your fucking post through ChatGPT and diluting your voice. There is a time and a place for you to use that. Every single one of you is losing their own voice every time you put your shit through ChatGPT. Make this better. ChatGPT doesn't know you. They don't know your voice. They don't know your client. You know your clients. You know your people. What do they respond to, and what is the one thing that you actually want to say? This is what I'm covering next week on the Chosen Masterclass. Is the intersection between your strategy and the power behind it. That is where I know that I excel at putting people on fire to go show up for themselves, for their business, and for the dreams that they say they have. I see so many women saying, I want to have a 10K month. They have one 10K month and then they dwindle. Why? Because the fire is not there. Because they went so hard, their body can't even take it to do it again. It's so layered. This is not just your system feeling scared. How do we get your system and your strategy to work together? And that is what I'm going to be showing you on the Chosen Masterclass, Wednesday, December 17th, 11 a.m. Comment Chosen, will send you the link. This is a paid masterclass, $33. And when you actually go and register, you're going to have the opportunity to download some pre-work for this, the Chosen Woman Toolkit. This is part of the work that I do with all of my one-on-one clients, that takes them from being fucking invisible to actually converting, not just getting engagement, not just getting people to comment, but to actually start conversations that get them paid and to be unfucking ignorable. So if you want to walk into 2026 being the force that moves your brand forward, that cult-like brand that people can't wait to fucking work with, this is the point that you have been missing. The fire and the mix between your strategy and your inner work. And that's what we're going to be doing. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow in another live, because I am going live every day until December 17th. There is so much to be said about this topic and so many things that are in my heart that, I need to come here and say them. So comment Chosen on the comments, and I'll see you December 17th. Bye, businesses.